and welcome to the Nature Codes podcast. I'm Amira Daly, an energy healer and mentor. I deliver inspirational tips and shares on how to welcome nature into your life to inspire transformation. I will share with you guidance, tips, and interviews to nurture that special bond between you, the universe, and nature. Hello everyone, and welcome back to episode 2 of the Animal Codes podcast. I'm so excited to be sharing this episode with you because this is the most powerful practice that I do for people and animals, and I just wanted to share a little bit about the heart wall. So I want to talk about what is a heart wall, how does it form, what is the purpose of a heart wall, what are the effects on the animal and the people? How can we feel after its release? And what would a world look like if everyone's heart walls were unblocked? I firstly wanted to say that this is the first thing I do on any individual, whether that be dog, cat, person, horse, hamster. So it's the most powerful thing you can do in my line of work, and I practice using the body code by Dr. Bradley Nelson. So my practice is remote. So all of my practice that I do at my own home whilst the person or the animal is going about their daily lives in their own space. It's really, really amazing to be able to do this kind of work because it means that I can do this and not intervene in someone's life, not make anyone feel anxious or not poke and prod people or animals, especially for animals who, bless them, have to deal with going to the vets and sometimes being put in cages. So that should be really avoided if we can, because that can cause further issues. The vets obviously will be needed for some cases, but it's best to start off holistically, I always believe. So firstly, what is a heart wall? A heart wall is a very good way that the body uses to protect you. A heart wall is put in place during times of trauma. It doesn't have to be big trauma. It can be mini traumas. It can even be traumas that are absorbed from your parents or even carried over from your ancestors. So animals and people have heart walls, although animals I've noticed seem to get away with less of a heart wall than people. So there's less emotions that I need to unblock in animals. The emotions are put in place as the heart wall. So structurally, it's all energy, so it can't be seen, but it's the heart wall in itself is a lot of emotions around the heart. And this is put in place to protect the heart. So we all hear of heartbreak, heartache. Obviously the body does not want to cause a person to break down. And so as a protection, it puts up a heart wall with the emotions that the person is feeling at that time. So that's kind of the structure of the heart wall. And obviously it's all energy. So the only way you can remove a heart wall is through energy work. So let's talk a little bit about how powerful our heart is. Most people think the brain is the centre of the body, but really it's the heart. The heart generates 60 to 100,000 times more electromagnetic power than our brains. So there's a huge amount of energy in the centre of your body. The heart is always formed first in embryo development. We all talk about our emotions coming from our hearts, and that's exactly what energy work has taught. In energy terms, the heart is the centre of your physical body. The purpose of the heart energetically is to bring love and all those positive emotions to us. That's why obviously we use the heart symbol. We're all connected through our hearts, especially as you can see that from the electromagnetic energy that we produce, we're giving people our heart energy. So when you're interacting with people, when you're sharing a love connection, you are literally sharing electromagnetic energy between each other. And that's where you can kind of see that people's intuitive abilities are more pronounced when you've got a heart connection with someone. You might find that when you're texting someone, they might have been thinking of you. And that's all because you're connected by a love energy, which is really lovely. So the purpose of a heart wall is to protect us. And so it's the body's way of helping us in times of trauma. However, once that trauma has passed, unfortunately, that heart wall will remain, and that can cause a lot of issues. It is probably the main thing that is causing bad relations with other people, abuse, anger, all of those emotions that you might feel towards others that are negative are normally caused from past emotions that have been then kept on the heart wall. So any negative emotions that a person or animal feels towards someone else normally will come from your own heart wall. So we all know that like energy attracts. So when you've got, say, a stubborn energy on your heart, for stubbornness, for instance, you're going to attract more situations where you're going to be using that emotion. So imagine if you have anger on your heart, you're going to be using that emotion more frequently than you should be. And that's why a lot of people do have anger issues, depression, anxiety. So we can quickly see how the heart wall affects your day-to-day life and the behaviour of animals. So you might see in animals it presenting itself as social anxiety, excessive barking, say if they're connected to one person but not another. Lots of different behaviours it will present itself in animals. Even horses that don't want to be ridden, it could be a stubborn emotion that's on the heart wall. So we see so much of this playing out in all of our lives. And the amazing thing is that we don't have to have this heart wall anymore. Once those traumas are gone, this heart wall is no longer needed. And it's very easy to remove. I'm constantly removing people's heart walls. And, you know, some people can have like up to 25 emotions on their heart wall. Most of the time in one session, I can just unblock a person or animal's heart wall and, you know, in just one session. So there are times when it's not possible to do that. It might be that the body needs a bit more time to adjust before the next lot of emotions are removed. But in my introductory package, I will completely remove heart walls from people. So that is all included in one session. I call it one session even if it does carry on to another. So once those heart blocks and on the heart wall are removed, all of a sudden you don't have that barrier anymore. And most people notice in their animals a very quick change from stressed behaviour to more calm, just very calm, or excitement, joy, like positive emotions for those animals. And people feel calmer, more at ease, even joyful straight after. And that keeps building. So it takes a little bit of time for your body to adjust to having your heart wall removed. but usually the effects start straight after the removal of a heart wall, and they just keep going into all areas of a person's or animal's life. So we'll see from that love connections become stronger. So owner and animals love connection, people's family and partners love connection increases, and you can really start to feel love and joy that you might not have felt before. So it's really powerful, and I just love doing it for people because it gives me so much satisfaction. And not just the feeling, but also wonderful things can happen. You might find after a few weeks you meet the love of your life, or you go and do something that you've been dreaming of doing, or go on a holiday that you've been wanting to do for years. Your blocks aren't there anymore in your heart, and so more positive opportunities can come in. So imagine a world where everyone's heart wall was unblocked. It would be idyllic because all of those negative emotions that people feel and act out in the world, well, they won't be there anymore. And so you can quickly see how unblocking people's heart walls can create a better world for everyone, for animals, for rainforests, for countries, communities, villages, towns, cities. I mean, the possibilities are endless, really. So I would love to keep doing it because I feel the more people that are getting unblocked, the better our communities, families, and world is. You can see that most probably the people who start wars have a lot of hate in their heart, all of these negative emotions that will be showing up for them. And we're being controlled by that, unfortunately, as well. So we can quickly see that the more people that remove heart blocks, the better our world will become. And so I'm really, really excited to be doing this work because I think its applications are, well, mind-blowing, really. And it's all about creating a better world. And I've been so into animal conservation, saving rainforests and our seas, and there's so much to be said for making people feel better so that the world will feel better. I just love that merge of those two ideas, that our mental health is affecting the world and animals, wildlife. It's creating pollution, it's creating wars. You can just quickly see how it can all start with unblocking people's heart walls. So yeah, I'm really excited to be sharing this work, and I hope that as many of you can come to me and we can start unblocking those heart walls. Thank you so much for listening to the Animal Codes. I'm really excited to be sharing this information with you. So if you have any questions, please feel free to contact me on social media or through my website. I'm really happy to hear from you. But that's it from this episode. Lovely to talk to you, and see you next week for more ideas on how you can share a happy and content life with your animal. Lots of love. So next week, I want to talk about ancestral emotions and how removing those emotions from an animal or a person can affect yours and your animal's life. I really can't wait to speak to you about that because that's going to be really exciting to talk about. And I find that really amazing. So, yeah, amazing talking to you guys. Thank you for listening. See you soon. Thank you so much for listening. I really hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, please subscribe to the Nature Codes podcast so you never miss an episode. If you enjoy what I'm sharing, please rate and leave a review so that other nature lovers can find me too. And lastly, follow me on Instagram at The Nature Codes for more inspiring free content as well as access to all of my programs.